Welcome back. I'm Sickly Hawthorne, coughing and sneezing on 2 Point Radio. Later in the show, I'll be heading to the local medical campus for a routine checkup and experimental treatments. I've always felt that healthcare is like getting a haircut. Sure, it's important, but sometimes I want it done on the cheap by someone with limited experience and the confidence to match.
Students are reminded to set reminders. It's not your year, it's just another year. Students eating rubbish are reminded that you are what you eat. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure. Medical students should develop bedside manner naturally and without instruction. Now taking students for nursing. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. The library is not your home, nor your home a library. Janitor needed in dormitory. Students are reminded that this is the fun part.
You're listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Good day, I'm Ricky Hawthorne, and welcome to the show. On my drive-in this morning, I was speedily overtaken by a car full of whippersnappers, pipsqueaks, and good-for-somethings. I couldn't tell what they were chanting, but it certainly did look like fun. So today, only partly because I've got nothing else planned, I thought I'd pay tribute to those young people by telling you a few stories from my glory days.
Medical announcement. Patients arriving with flappy hamper. needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. I used to work in a hospital, you know. Have I mentioned that? Janitor required in bathroom. Students are reminded to be in two places at once.
For those of you who don't know how I spent my formative years, I was born, bred and buttered right here in 2 Point County before attending what was then called 2 Point University. I think it's still called that now, but it was then too. Right, top draw anecdotes coming up, but first, here's another toe tapper.
Janitor required to fix plaster caster. Thank you. Staff are reminded that all their research belongs to the campus. Showering is technically but not socially optional. The staff room is for staff. It's their room. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Students are reminded that you'll reminisce eventually.
When it comes to food, sometimes simple living is happy living. Don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly lucky to eat a wide range of things nowadays, from chicken sandwiches to pastas of seemingly infinite shapes and lengths. But I'll never forget that time at university when I lived off an enormous block of cheddar. I was said to be mostly cheese by the end of term, and I think they were right.
The campus is expanding, even more than usual. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Students are responsible for, well, for a lot actually. Showering is technically but not socially optional. This is an academic institution. Our bathrooms are co-educational. Enjoy your summer. I know I will. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. The yearly results are in. Wow, didn't we do well? Announcement. Taste tests are now banned in pharmacology. We warned you. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure.
Crunch. Get some gubbiny grub in your gob with cheesy gubbins. The essence of cheese. Cheesy gubbins. You know you want to. Failing students should work smarter and harder. Warning: the floor of the Students' Union is wet at all times. Thank you.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. The library is not your home, nor your home a library. Frequently asked questions. I believe that smell is you.
You're listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. One summer, some friends and I headed north on a fisherman's pilgrimage to Tumble. I tell you, there's no freedom like it. Just a group of mates, their matching bucket hats, and a case of antique fishing flies. Pure bliss.
Students should learn to treat themselves before treating others. Medical announcement. Patients arriving with floaty hamper. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Attention, your finger is not a toothbrush.
may come as a surprise to some of you, but the young Hawthorne was something of a prankster. Yes, once at school, the gang and I bought several thousand soft drawing pencils, and in the dead of night, swapped them with our school supply of much harder standard issue pencils. I only wish you could have seen the look on Mr. Featherbridge's face when he tried taking registration the next morning. Oh, the man was livid. Unfortunately, two of the boys were expelled for breaking and entering. Don't trespass, kids.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Students are reminded that you don't have to ask to go to the toilet. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
I want to stress that I don't think a young person's life is all fishing trips and A-grade hijinkery. No. I also took a great deal of substance from the many mentors and role models in my young life. I'll never forget the professor who took my Introduction to Advanced Thinking course at university. He once told me, "Ricky, I don't think you'll ever understand what I'm saying." And he was right. A very wise man, that one.
Is expanding, even more than usual. Medical announcement: patients arriving with lightheadedness. teaching, it's too late to start trying.
Thanks for joining me on a lovely walk down memory lane. Before we go, I just wanted to remind you that glory days aren't just for the young amongst us. In truth, there's no way I'd rather be than here with you at 2 Point Radio. Today's show was sponsored by Bungle Kitty Litter, the litter tray that'll make your critter's day.
The timetable has now been published. Schedule your lives accordingly. Doesn't matter how desperate you are. No urinating on campus facilities. Showering is technically but not socially optional. Your body's a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps.